Hello. Good evening. Or morning for people. I don't know. Most people it's evening. No, there's only one rainbow. It's rainbows. It's been sneaky rainbows. Some sneaks. Oh. At first she looked like enormous compared to those, but just the camera. Hello, hello. Hello, Kelshan. Last we left off, I think we were working on balls. I kind of want to get a couple more of these done because they're actually coming out looking pretty nifty. I'm kind of interested in the sparkle ball. Only issue is I have to remember how I did everything because that was Tuesday and that was like a year ago. Yeah, most people are Europe, so most people are either like evening or middle of the night. I'll try that. If we go with the sparkle balls, where are those located at? They are in materials, MLP. No, I thought it was the MLP folder. If you're wondering how I got the effect, I will be doing it again, so I will show. Oh, it is in there. Oh no, it's materials models. That's what it is. Models, MLP. Balls. Okay. Well, if you're looking for the reflective effect, that was these were the Dragon Ball. No, though these were downloaded from SFM Lab. It's originally having the marks on them, like this. I just went and played with the values a little bit. Anyways, so the I really want to do Twilight's here, so we'll do hers. Okay, so I got Ball of Honesty, Ball of Loyalty, so I'll do Ball of Magic next. Okay. So I'll copy everything from here down. Okay. And now I gotta get that texture prepped. Ball of Magic. Good luck catching up. Actually, I've been trying to go back through them and find, I've been trying to mark them for certain things, and it's taking me forever. Because there's just, I'm back through like last March, like a year back through, and it's still just, Okay, I'm gonna open up these other ones here. So, if I remember right, first I had to outline this. Do we want to have it go into it? No. There we go. Oh, actually worked out pretty well just like that. Okay. No. We'll do white. Okay. That should work. Put it underneath this one. It's doing a little different. And then I did, if I remember right... Oh, I can just copy the layer style from this one. Copy layer style. Paste layer style. That did not do what I wanted it to do. Missing something? Oh, I did miss something. I want this layer style. There we go. I probably want to... for one, I'm going to have to play with these a little bit here. I want these bright spots on there. Clean up these little edges. I like perfection, but when you're looking at a lit object, it's going to be self-illuminated. It's going to make it stand out so damn much if it's got these super bright spots at the end. I don't even know how visible it's going to be, but we're safe and sorry. Okay, now it's done. So this is going to work as a mask. So all the lit area is doing is telling the engine what areas to allow the texture of the to actually go through. So the actual cutie mark. So that's why it's black and white, and the edges are where it's gradient in, because that'll allow it to kind of fade to the edge, so it doesn't look like it's a sharp edge cutting into the rest of the texture. Okay, that works good, but I'm actually going to duplicate this one. Yeah, I'm going to duplicate this one, and I'm going to erase stars. Oh, not highest opacity. That's why that looked weird. Okay, that makes sense. That maybe it's a masking thing. I was doing that because I want to make this one. I need to have that glow come in further. Click go to there. I'll do that. Alright, and then I think this one I can have do the inner glow. Yes. point of this is just to soften that edge a little bit. Do that. Okay. That's right. What did I name these? Those ball of no, not laughter, loyalty. No, actually, the memory orb you gave me was broken in many ways. I had to find a different mean. Bow and mask. There's more than one texture. They were all over the place. I had no idea what went where, so I just gave up. So I found something else that worked better anyway. Okay. Oops, that was where I needed to be. Okay. All right, and oh, I need to put that in the actual texture. So this is Mask of Magic. Didn't reload. Or is it? I can't remember. Is it Pony Ball? I think that's what I needed. No. That's Pony Ball without another. It doesn't put it in memory if I don't type it manually. Okay. Self-illumination, that one seems really dim, so let's bump that up. Okay, it's using the same numbers as the other one though, so I'm going to put hers as being a little slower. No, that wasn't. I'm looking for 0.5. Same period. We'll slow it down to 4.2. Oh yeah, time offset. I did want to change that. I'm going to put it 1.2. I just want it to be a much different times starting point. Okay. So we have one of them, 3 of them done. They actually look pretty neat. Oh, it must be the it must be a little darker. I bet you haven't like or the SSEO is, I bet you, is getting involved in that. No? Is it some kind of shadow? I don't know. But it does look pretty nifty. I might play with them because right now they look very they look like Christmas ornaments. So I do want to play around with that a little bit to potentially make them feel more like a memory orb would. One of the ways to do that would be to utilize these textures. So like to take the actually I can just open it from here. Well, no, I could because it's actually the right color. Not that recent. This recent. Is to give it some kind of like, I mean, I guess you could say energy feel to it, but I'm not sure actually how that would work. So, when I can't dual mask it either. I'm wondering if just, what happens if I shine a light at it? I memorize the name of those crack ones I always use because I always go back to them. No. I really look up energy. Wonder if that would find anything. I'll just find the name of the one I always use. That actually might work. Sound called ground cracks. Ground cracks light. Might just go with that one. There is another one I use, but it always ends up loading one of the last ones. There it was. There it is. So it's the ground cracks. Well, the other one I was looking at was bad. I'll try this way. Okay, so it's extending past the edges of the base texture, so I'm going to bring that in a little bit. I need to see where I'm working with. Oh, I increased the width there. Okay. Okay, that should work on that. Stuff right about there. Okay. Why do you know? Bad balls. Let's move it from about here. How about add a bump map? Yeah, I can do that. One sec. Okay. Now I want to try something. So I'm going to say this is, let's see, orb, what, 1. I'm going to copy this, make a second one. This one, I just kind of came up with it right now. I'm going to churn it a bunch. So I'm going to churn it to there. Okay. And now I'm going to take like just I'll cover most of them I'm going to need. Oh, what do I do for the light? I'm going to rotate this one this way. Alright, too much. Okay. Now I'm going to take this one and rotate it the other way. It actually does kind of work. What I actually might try doing, I want to try this. I'll get to the bottom of my thing in a second. I want to do this while I have it in my head. It's going to crash from me trying to load this, but maybe I can load it before it does. Okay, so this I'm going to put the Orb of Honesty. So this one. And we're going to lock it to there. So this can now spin independently. I should probably keep these named the same. These aren't going by there. They're going with the name of the actual name that the orb's got in the book. Okay. And now I'm going to... Where's those lights? This one, I'm going to lock it, or lock these to this helper. I can't actually do playhead there. There we go. Okay. Oh, I said playhead. Just by locking them, it broke their positioning. That's weird. I'll just reposition them. Okay. Oh, that's why it's having issues. Okay, maybe I shouldn't lock it. No, I have to lock it to that. I'll also have to do the rotation again. Okay. The thing I have to make sure of is that I'm looking as close to the center as possible. Why is it way up there then? That's what's being weird. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. Now I'm just going to grab some time and I'm going to spin this. This helper is not... That's probably what's wrong here. Or one of them anyway. These aren't locked to the orb yet. I thought it was. Oh, I did playhead it. Or zero it. Okay. Moving a bit weird, but that's fine. So I just want to look straight at the orb. Select my time. Rotate this here thingamajigger. Okay, this is a bit of louder, but I'm so tired. Let's try that. You know, now that's staying in place. Okay. I'm gonna spin it a bit too. I'll do that. Let's see how that works. So I think I have to unlock it. Definitely doesn't like him moving like that. Yeah, I think spinning is going to probably be the best looking thing. Because I was hoping that when it's spinning, you still see a central point, but I was hoping by rotating it a little bit, I could get that to potentially look a little better, but I think it's just going to look fine. Actually, just the way I had it. But you don't know if something's worth trying unless you just throw it out there. I potentially could kind of like, let's say, from here to here. Can I potentially just move it? This is all going to be blurred out. I mean, that's what you're going to actually see. Anyway, so that actually will work, but those aren't shadowed, right? Nope, they are. No, they're not. Okay. So you're talking about bump maps you wanted to see. In what way are you looking for a bump map? Like on a person, or like a bump map added to like a like a flat surface, like a ground or a wall. Because sometimes there's a little bit of a difference between them. Yeah, I could try to do both. Just name these. The only reason I say it's different for both is normally like sometimes with a, I don't know, it's just more, I think that's just better to know. Really, it's just show how to make one. But again, my method of making them is really cheap and dirty. Like, I'm not that, I don't really know how to make them. I just use whatever method works, because sometimes that's just what others aren't going to know either. So, let's see here. Is there anything on here I could do that with? Yeah, so let's do that on here. So Rainbow Dash has these markings on here that come down, and that to me feels like those should probably be something that pops out a little bit. So let's make it pop out a little bit. Don't have to worry about this because it's actually its own model. I'm not going to worry about those. Those could be just normal marks. So if we're going to find our Rainbow Dash. I want to figure out where the textures are. I'll probably make this an actual change to the model, so I won't actually use overrides. Okay, copied. Show game model and Explorer. Move that. Okay. So that's actually no, that's a clothing bit. Outfit. Yep, there it is. Okay. Nice and easy. That's good. So first I'm going to export the model. And I'm going to call it the same... there. Export. Okay. Open that up. So when I'm trying to make that pop out, you have to think of the texture in a different way. So now you're making a texture that's going to just show the differences between like higher and lower. So anything that's not going to be showing that definition shouldn't be just invisible. Easiest way to do that, most bump maps are like a blue and a purplish thing, but you can convert it to that later. Usually for me, I just use black and white because it's the easiest thing to do. So in here, I'm just going to, I'll just make it black and white right now so I don't have to worry about it. So I don't want this part, I don't want this part, I don't want all this part, I only want this part. So I'm just going to take, what's this right now, and get rid of it. Don't care about it. Let's see that model again. So I'm going to want this to poke up, and if I remember right, it's inverted. So you want the black to be up. So I'm actually going to, well, for one, I'm going to make this work a little bit better for what I want. So I'm going to grab just this background here, make a new layer. I'm going to say this is white. Okay, so that's the white part. We want this to pop out, which is kind of what it's doing right now. But I'm going to want this part to pop out and this part to probably be lower, like it has an edge, which means that that inside is going to have to be lighter. So I'm going to grab another new layer. I'm doing these layered for a reason. I'm going to put it underneath that, and I'm going to deselect this. I'm going to probably not do black. No, because I'll do like a dark gray for now. Do that, and I'm gonna make sure it's everything in the background. Well, no, actually, for what I want to do, I'll keep it just this portion. There might be some bleeding. That's what I'm gonna be worried about. And then for this interior part, I'm gonna make another layer, and we're gonna fill that in with something not quite white. I don't want to pop or be that low, so we'll do something like this. Kind of looks crappy. Actually, I don't really think that one's going to need any detail or anything, so we're just going to... Oh, that is what it's doing. It's just filling that whole background, isn't it? Oh no, but I think this might be the one I needed to do it to. That's why I had some problems. Okay, I had these backwards. Now this thing... Nah, it's looking right. Okay. Where's my 100%? Okay. I could just almost keep it like that and see how it turns out. Because this already has a little bit of a edge there that's blending in. So we don't want it to be too strong. So I'm actually going to take... This is the outer edge, yep. I'm going to... If I do outer edge, it's going to do it inside of here too. I just leave it like that and see how it is. Yeah, let's see. Save as a target again. Normally the _n is for your normal. And when I go to import this, I'm going to select it. But I'm also going to say generate normal map. A default I think is 3. I'm just going to keep it like that. And now you can see it has a little bump map popped up. I think it might be a little bit too strong. I'm going to just save some time and put it like that. I'm going to export. I'm going to do save as. And you can see when I did it, I actually checked it as a normal map. And I'm going to do it as outfit _n. In the VMT, it's just a easy addition, so I'm going to use the duplicate command in Notepad. Bump map, and it's just dash outfit _n. And we'll see how that looks. Okay, so it did add a little bit, but actually it's not as strong as I thought it was going to be. I might want to add some more, so I am going to bring that back in again. We're going to go back to our 3. Okay, so there, now you can see it's got an indent there. And the best way to ensure how lighting is just to look at it. So right now, it is actually the wrong lighting. Because the light is coming from this direction, shadowed, meaning it's dipping in. So, easy fix. Let's go into here. Duplicate. I just don't want to destroy them. Merge. I just seem to have something backwards with this. I thought it was the other way. Because I remember always doing it that way and it was wrong. Okay, now it pops it out. Now, something like this, I'm thinking it still is... I feel like the interior here is pulled in too much. It looks like it's a very too strong of an edge, and this should be popping out more with it. So I'm going to go back to our texture. And I think it was this one, or this one. Oh, these are the mixed ones. Okay, I'm going to make that just darker. The fill is not going to probably do what I want it to do. It's probably going to destroy it, so I'm actually going to just decrease its brightness. We'll go with that. Actually, I'm going to probably go with darker. That edge is bugging me. Okay. It was just transparency with it picking up stuff behind it. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay. Oh, that was forgot. Bye. Invert these again. This is a small texture. Converting them to a bump map could take a while on really big ones. Okay, that's much better. So to give a nice, better example, I'll pick a brighter lighting here. Alright, so now we'll dumb down that light a little bit. So now you can see that it creates a nice little edge with it, and as this light moves, so the lights are stupid and don't stay on target. Probably actually would be easier if I just backed it off. Okay, that'll work. Sure. You can actually see you just see the shadows that it casts on itself. It's all false shadow. There is actually a way, I believe, in SFM, though it is horribly inefficient and it has to be done, I think, partially through console or something, where you can actually create an actual, it creates a realistic bump map, or it actually will raise the surface based on the bump map. But if I remember right, it was very costly. Like, I hope that kind of answers your question. The same thing I'd actually go do is like on her eye scar here, I would actually go through and do the same thing. So to add a little bit of a butt map, probably a gradient within, so that it looks more than just a single line that's just painted on top of. I'm not going to do that right now. Oh, I thought that there was eye refraction on her, but no, it's just the orb lights are actually going through and hitting her eye. That's not good. How are they hitting her eye? Oh. I can fix it. What was the name of that texture again? Ground crack slide. I need to find this texture and I need to add some clamps. The reason it's doing it is because the eyes kind of ignore a lot of the values. It'll just, if I decrease widths and heights and all that, it'll still just ignore that and hit the eye anyway. Which is actually a beneficial thing for some ways, but in this not. But if I manually clamp it, instead of using the properties, it will not have that issue. When the button is added, it makes the model texture stand out more. Or so when the button is added, it makes it feel like it has an artificial texture, but that is again artificial. And I am searching artillery wall. What is that? So it's not a real. The illusion can be broken by getting too close. So normally the best places to use it are when you want to add just small details to something that in which you are going to never really be at a shallow angle to. That's why, like here, if I get to a shallow angle with this, the illusion it breaks down because I can now see that it actually isn't raised at all. It's a flat surface. But if I look at it straight on like this, you can't really tell. It looks like it actually does stand out a bit more. Usually if it's not much of an actual raised look, having it go past a flat surface on a shallow angle doesn't really matter. But you're not going to be able to like make mountains or something using it because it's going to be obvious that it wasn't that way. So it's usually just added for making a model or a surface feel like it has more definition to it than it actually does. Most video games out there right now, I give more credit to the people that set up their butt maps, to the people that add details to the model, because there's a lot of areas you could see that look like they have immense detail to them, but if you really not boil it down, it's more they're adding a lot of neat algorithms and higher textures to the butt maps to just make it look like there's a lot more detail to it when there isn't. They can have a perfectly flat surface of a single polygon and make it look like it has an amazing amount of detail. So ground cracks, this is the one. So I gotta fix it first. Be fixed. And I'm just gonna, everything says clamped here. I'm just gonna click. So what clamping does is, without clamps, the texture repeats infinitely in all directions, and I can use the overrides to minimize how much of it actually spreads out that far, but the eyes are going to ignore that. So by using the clamps, it will only allow it one use. So if you ever have textures that when you apply it to a light, it does repeat forever, clamp it. There's reasons not to have them clamped, but it'll help me here. Lots of stuff to reload. Still hitting her eye? Most gobos don't reload the same. Because if they reload that. And I'm pretty sure this is the one I'm using. I'm pretty sure there's 4 of them. It is clamped. I am going to try reloading it then. I'm so tired. This week's been long. It's gonna be longer next week, so I got plenty of rest this week. And here we go. Alright, yep. Once I reloaded that, then it went away. So the reload all textures must not affect light gobos. Alright, problem fixed. So now, if I go into my light here and increase its width and stuff, yeah, it doesn't spread out at all, because now it is limited to one little block. Cool. Actually, another thing about it, when I made those lights, I didn't actually color them. It just was the right color for the orb. It just kind of works. Okay. These. How dare you press enter? Okay, it's too bright on this one though, so let's dim that down a little bit. Okay. I still have to do that brightness, I guess. But I do want to change the rotation because I don't want them looking the same. Does that work? I think I still need to rotate them around a bit more. A little more like right here. Okay. And this one I probably want to remove a little bit of the green. I want something a little bit more blue. It kind of feels greenish. Okay. Note of the brightness a bit more. Okay, that should work. And do something else with these. Oh yeah. Okay, they're too close to matching. I don't want them actually overlapping like right there. So actually this might end up being... I'm just going to take all of it and rotate it together. Because the other ones seem to not have any duplicate. It works. The other ones are going to be a bit harder. Not so much. I was expecting there to be some difficulty with but because the green I made it more purple, so this helps on here too. I thought I was gonna have some problems hitting the other ones, but I guess not. Not really worried about it duplicating this one because it's too hard to see. These two are easy to see. Okay. Might have to play around with some of those, like maybe make the different electrical bolt things like move differently, but alright. But for now I'm gonna pass on the other orbs and work on trying to get some of the rest of this finished up here. So I do think this background is too bright. I think the orb's reflective bits might be too bright too. Let me try apple orb. I'll try to bring it down by half, but I think that might be too much. That's my comparison. Yeah, I think I might stick with the dimmer version. Maybe that's, I don't know. I think I need to get the lighting set around it to make sense first. And also, like, I'm assuming that these would be considered glowing. And if that's the case, I'm gonna grab... Actually, this should have been... this. It doesn't actually have a surface to work from for that. So I don't think this actually would work for doing that. But I can add in just a little light. Like 3, whatever. Let's go like this. kind of works, but the only thing it doesn't work about it is that the orb doesn't feel like it's giving off that kind of light. And even then, the red that's on there makes it feel like it'd be really hard to try to match that yellow. That's too much. As it is, I don't know if that would work. I think I might just leave them as non-glowy things. Otherwise, I feel like it's going to pull too much of a focus from everything. Let's see it for now. Where's my volumetric? Is this the single one? I got two. What's the other one? Volumetric light 2. Yeah, that probably would do it. That's what I'm looking for. I thought that if that was casting a shadow, this would be a longer shadow. Ah. I kind of want to get something that's not showing her cheeks so much. How useful is it having a double monitor? I really couldn't live without it now. I've gotten to the point where it's kind of like my essential thing. There's a lot, like when I'm at work, I'm kind of like don't have a place to sit anymore. I'm kind of always moving around, and it sucks when I get to a spot that I only have a single monitor now, because it's just it is great for multitasking, like having full screen stuff. My other monitor right now has chat, stream, and music all going at once, so I can have my nice one monitor clean. But really, it just comes down to what you're planning to do with it. I think it's worth it. It's usually just eats a lot of space. Like at work, I use my laptop for one and another monitor for another, so it's a little bit more efficient. But like for at home, I hate having monitors on a base, so I have arms so that my monitors I can move them around and however I want. I mean, like my current monitor, I can pull it about, I don't know how far, yeah, about 3 to 4 inches off my desk. And so I can even put it up higher, so I can if I'm like playing a game that has a controller, or if I'm just being really lazy, just browsing the web, I can just kick my feet up, put my monitor up higher, and just kind of lean back in my chair. I love my arms. This so nice. You don't need a huge desk, but I also have like 20. I think this is a 27 inch. Or is it 24? I think it might be a 24. I can't remember. It's 27. So I have a 27 inch monitor. So yeah, that's going to take a lot of space. My other one's a 24. But that just comes down to, again, if you want 2 monitors, you can go with like 221s to take up a lot less space. Well, the other nice thing about ARMS is if you need a vertical for more vertical scrolling space, you can actually turn it sideways, rotate your resolution to run like 1080 by 1920. 27 is as big as I want to go, because for the distance I usually work, that's already big. I'd rather have a higher resolution for what I have. That's why I have a 27 inch, but it's 2K and it runs at 144 hertz. When I'm doing stream, I buck it down to 1080 with a running at 60. Technically get up 165 hertz, but I've never really felt a need. I turned it on once and it was just kind of a bit much. I really couldn't even tell the difference. Okay. I almost feel like those... Well, I guess once they're spinning and these marks actually become brighter, it should be okay. I was worried that some of the stuff's just going to blend in where you're not even going to notice what the marks are, but it doesn't, I think, really matter that much if you don't catch the reference. The whole video is supposed to be for people catching the reference. Anyway, so like, I'm gonna grab dash here. And I'm gonna grab another dash. Hey dash. See, this dash is much happier than that one. Kind of jealous, maybe. Also, when I set up my dual monitor setup, the arms that I have are two separate arms, and I put them on. I have a big L desk. I hook them up on opposite ends of the L, so that I can take both my monitors and completely spread them to the side and completely open up the middle of my desk. So but originally my last apartment, I never streamed video from that one. Did I? No, I never did. Behind that desk, my desk actually broke up the room, so the arm, if we were like playing music when people were over, I could actually turn the arm completely around and had the monitor in the middle of the room or right by the middle of the room, so I could see everything. And originally that one was also a touch screen, so I could turn it around to actually touch things on the monitor, but for what it was, I barely used it for the purpose that it was. It was just like a lot of hassle to set up and whatever, but it was nifty that I could. In too much. Okay. So I need dash move a lot slower than that. For one, she doesn't need to have that much animation. Let's try that, but that's probably gonna still be too fast. Okay. She might need to move a little quicker. I need to figure out where I am in the song here. So that to be right around here. So it is about just under 10 seconds long. Thing is, I also wanted her to be almost completely over them when she got to the end. Which means I'm gonna have to move her up. The only worry right now is that technically she looks like a floating head. Weird. Oh, it's only awkward if I do it like that. I can smooth it out though. That just popped up like shit though. Do I have to do it from the base to make it look good? I really want to have her just walking straight up at them. How do I get it to work where I can see her more clearly? I guess I have her root here. The Z change. What if I just stayed on the outer one the whole time? Actually, I'm going to probably start the camera a lot lower. work with that. Because the whole plan is to have this, like, when this shot first starts, this will be like, probably not like that. I might have to use it After Effects to have the blur come in, but I wanted to have it completely blurred out, and then have it fade from the previous shot as it comes into focus, so at about this point is when things are actually clear. If that's the case, I might have this follow Rainbow Dash for now. I actually broke focal plane. I think I did. There it goes. Okay, so at the farthest distance, this will be closest will be here. I have to play with Pip's lighting a little bit, but it'll work. That was weird. I had a split selection window there. Sound was being weird. It's difficult because this is the good point. I have to get it to look good at both ends now. Alright. Each way I'll just spread the rim out like this. Spread the rim out. Spread that out. This one, when did it look good? How about here? Okay, so that one's good now. And then this one. Eyes right now are moving. Don't want that. They are locked on the balls. She just can't take her eyes off the balls. Oh, the eyes are locked too. So yeah, that's fine. I can just keep them locked. Just adding some kind of detail to her. I don't want to have her eyes go to too much. I'm hoping the render actually has them closed all the way. Really? Really? I just realized that now. Can you match up the texture? Alright, I have to see what this looks like. Yeah, it's kind of lazy. Well, you could say that it's a little weird that the model is set up such a way that the picture doesn't match, but it's gonna bug me if it's left as it is. And even the quality of this texture is pretty low. Like, I can see compression errors. Looks fine here, so I guess it doesn't matter too much, but yes, it is a pip. Pip is needed here too. Though, because she's Rainbow Dash is a brighter color, so she needs less bright lights. The lights don't need to be as bright to get her to stand out. But Pip, on the other hand, is much darker, so you're looking at needing more or brighter lights. So I'll need to render this out twice anyway, but I'll have to manipulate the lighting to make it work a little better for that. I'm just wondering if, because they never actually said they were glowing or anything, but I feel like there needs to be some kind of light that's coming out from them. But a lot of that's going to be like a refractive type light that the software doesn't really handle very well. I just want to get Pinky's orb kind of done here. No, that would be. Okay, I'm gonna put a little less blue in this one. Oh. Actually, it might be good how it is. Yeah, I think I'll keep it as it is. Okay, I'm actually going to slow some of these down. I won't all go on the same speed. So I'm going to slow the pinkies one down a little bit. I think same with the apple one. Probably could almost like have it change speeds a little bit, but yeah. Before I change the lighting, this needs to go dim down a little bit. Oh, that's the rim. Okay. Okay, and I just want to finish up the pinky one here because it is the most visible. The other ones I really don't. I probably want to do rarities just because that was visible. I'm not even going to bother with Fluttershy's. It is completely off the side and invisible, so she's not needed. Blah blah blah. Okay, textures. Any more? All right. Well, that works. Gonna get some errors fixed in this one too. Ooh, this one's gonna be hard with the string. I'm gonna have to do this couple of pieces. Actually, I could probably. Do that, and then I'm going to have to separate this into a couple bits. Oh, it actually can't get down there. That's nice. This part of it is, so I want to get rid of that. Okay. They're not activating, they're just to give them, because the way I see it is memory orbs would probably have some kind of an internal glowing something. So the cracks are just to give that feel that there is something inside and actually doing that. So I thought. So this does work, but I have to be not on the edge, but close to the edge, because that shape, that shadow in the middle, is dependent on the shape that this is. So I can actually spread it out a little bit here to try to get that light shed down there better. Here too. Oh, that's a little different. Okay. More set. That looks like shit otherwise, and that those edges. Okay. Other things I'm going to do here, I'm going to grab this mask, little edges here, and there's little bits here I want to straighten out, like these bad edges. Looks pretty good otherwise. Right there. Even then, I don't know if these are going to matter too much, but they're bugging the hell out of me. Okay. Probably do the same here. 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 Right there. There. That's pretty good. And I'm just going to take this background here and I'm just going to color it a darker color. Go with this. This here, I think, needs to be a little bit more white. No, is that the other way around? Let's make it black. That's how you do. Soften the contrast a little bit. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, so hers are way too right. Alright, let's dumb those down. Still too bright. 0, 8, and 6. Still too bright. There, that's perfect. It's a little more subtle. All the others were complemented better. I wonder if I should churn hers differently. Something like that would work. Because they need to be identifiable. Okay. I think for now there might not be too much more I can do on that. All right. Well, I might have to call that shot done for now. Probably should actually start coloring these. These can actually all be red. Yes, it is. He's laughing at something. I'm trying to go through all the shots that I know in my head what I wanted to do. The other one I had, it was the follow-up to this shot, essentially. And that was... I don't even know I'm grabbing this because I don't know where it is. In the book, I don't know if they have... do they describe what happens to Fluttershy? I know it's stated, but I don't think there was any memory organ regard. I think it was just... It was implied what would happen to her. No actual details were provided. So I think it's going to be up to a little bit of interpretation again, which is fine. The problem is trying to I don't have Gary's bombs anymore, and that was the closest I had to a nuclear explosion. So I don't know how easy it's going to be to do this without that. Well, and I don't even need to use particles. I could even just green screen it, but I'm never going to get the same effect. For that for now. This I'm definitely going to need some distance. That's not going to be what I need for. Yeah, because I need a very large explosion, and Gary's bombs was the absolute best for that, but that was taken off the workshop, I believe. Technically, I'm not going to see her face, but I prefer to have it showing at least partially what I want. just get the idea across. Because I want to have it partially match with Rarity Shot, because technically they both share. They both were near each other at the end, kind of. At least shared an end. So I want to have it kind of be that they have a similar looking thing. Do you have the workshop ones for Gary's Bombs, or is it the extracted from... Well, I guess it really is not going to matter. Either of them is worth trying. Alright, yeah, if you have those, it'd be great. I don't know where mine went. They're not on a Dropbox anymore, and they're just like, away. I have some ground. It's ballot ground. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. There might be some textures that came with that, though. I can worry about what those ones are later. Trying to see if there's a Fat Man. Okay, there we go. Vision Bomb. Alright, that should work, but I'm guessing that there's going to be some textures that were included. It's one of the reasons that I have... This is workshop, so it's not going to do anything here, but I have a backup download. So every now and then I go through my downloads, because those will get built up with models that I download, and I will put it in here. So I have I don't have Gary's Bombs, but I have a backup, so if the models become unavailable for some reason, or I need an older version, I can grab right from there. This will have the ones I downloaded and used. Alright, so I need to have a camera that is set to its essentially max zoom, but I need to keep the camera at least in here a little bit. Okay, just barely. And I probably actually don't need to, but it's easier that way. It needs to be max zoom because this needs to be that is looking a good distance. Okay, the hill's going to be kind of like this. Not so much. I want to have her. Well, where is Rarity in her shot? At the end, she's She's gonna have to. I'm probably gonna have to move the camera because I'm gonna have her closer to the middle. But I'll worry about that later. It's about getting everything set up right now. Oops. Oh, that's why I did that. I guess too far away. That should work. Those are for later to think about. Okay, camera should be focused up there. Probably aimed up a little bit more. I think I'm gonna need some kind of like pine tree. So I need some tree bits that are coming in from the side, and I prefer to have them. Okay. Curved a little bit. I wonder if that'll work. I'm gonna go with no. Because these do have snow, non-snow versions. Still want something that's curved. This is leaning, but it's not curved. I haven't opened them up yet. I need to get a lot of the other stuff set up before the particles are even needed. I might go with some of these because these kind of look creepy. I don't know if I can. I was going to go with these. No, those are cartoony. These ones will work. Which one's not snowy? One of these. With this one because I might be able to round it a little bit. Now I'm going to see if I can actually get this to match up with what I was hoping for. The blue error? I don't know. It's always been blue. Might have been an update, but mine, unless it's a specific type of model that maybe does it. But as far as I know, it's always been that way for me. I'm going to try to see if I can maybe space these out to provide a little bit more ambience to it. No, I don't. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to grab just piles of trees. Otherwise, I'm going to have to load up a crap load of them. just something to get us started there. I'm probably going to have a bunch of grass on the ground too, but I'm not going to worry too much about that right now either. I guess I can try to see if those particles work, at least one of them. So I probably want whatever the smallest nuclear bomb would be. Let's try little boy. Well, it's probably easier to try it in the particle editor. Okay, yeah, so it looks like there is some errors, but we'll have to see. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking there might be a few missing textures. So they do work, but there's stuff missing. Yeah, thick smoke VMT2 or thick smoke 2 VMT. But digging those out could take forever. Like this is coming up as an error as well. That shockwave did not look right. Those lines coming out there from are also errors. So there is probably an absolute buttload of missing textures. I don't know if it's from Workshop. You didn't get a VMT with it, so they're all over the place. The particles don't come in the particle folder. They come in they usually get put in a separate location. But a lot of the times those the Gary's Bombs ones were put in a folder based on the username of the user. So the materials folder is probably going to have a similarly named folder that they came in or something. Hello. Oops. Again, who knows what those are. But I mean, if you have it in yours, I don't know why I don't have them in mine. Unless you moved them. Yeah, because they started with G4 and I'm not seeing anything anymore. Unless they are there. I thought we checked that kind of though. You could have constantly been hitting no, too, but still, unless you have found a setting that prevents you from auto uninstalling mods like that, which there could be. I know those were added a long time ago, and I might be able to find a separate download for them elsewhere, because they're called Gary's Bombs for a reason. Oh, H-bomb particle. That is not how that particle looks. They could have at least tried to be more realistic in their idea of it, but still, let's try it. If you're gonna show a particle, don't take a freaking picture of a real nuke going off. or artist rendition, or whatever it is. This phone crashed. The businessy Mr. Business Cat. Okay. Okay, I just crashed all of Steam. That's nice. Do I need to update Steam? Steam is okay. No, I didn't find the Gary's bomb. I found something else. Come on. It works, it works, I don't care. The problem with the particles, though, is resizing is an ass. So if the size isn't fit your shot, just kind of boned. Go with yes, even though I think I saved it. Gary's bombs were nice, but they were always so big, and it made it really difficult to do shots with them if you wanted the really pretty ones. I don't have a particle file for that one. A lot of those were imported particles that I made modifications to within within the actual save file, so there's no like actual like downloadable file for them. And actually, if I remember right, like about half the particles that we're using there weren't even particles. They were gobo lights, and I think, yeah, I changed it, but originally there was a glowing telephone pole as part of it. If it works, it works. Let's make sure it works first. So actually, some of these are from Gary's bombs, this being that this one starts with GB5. Okay, so they really like the glow. That's what that is. But it's definitely large, because it's not going to load at all. But it does look like they work, so that's great. So let's blow one up and see what happens. Okay, the explosion looks good. But the explosion isn't what I actually need. And like I thought, this is way bigger than I need it to be. Micro. So something happens at 60, but it doesn't actually load. Oh, I just got the flash, that's why. Var. This one's promising for its size. See, a lot of these, the light is good at the beginning, but then it really doesn't do much in terms of afterwards. But I guess if it gives me the base to work with, I should be able to modify it to what I need, because I don't want the actual explosion, I want the aftermath of it. But I don't know if I can get it far enough back. No, it's only, I've maxed out how far I can go back with it. I can't, like, apparently I can't pre-start this any further than I already have. That one kind of worked. I might be able to make it actually do what I needed to do. I'm going to try the small though. I want to see if I can get it further in the back. No, it's promising. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's not gonna let me go any further but back. Nope. Okay. Might be able to go with one bigger. The problem here is that too that light ignores anything in front of it. Really, if I could just get it to sit at this point and just be like between like run like this, that would be all I would need. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get that. And also, any particle that I use means that I can't use volumetric lights. The initial explosion looks great, but they always fall short in the aftermath. A lot of these are going to probably really be big. These ones have already shown themselves to be probably too big. What is this? That is an engine. Not what I need. Might have to just see if I can make. I wonder if using 2 of these would work. Well, I want to try something. So I'm gonna go with 50. And that's not actually changing anything. Okay. So let's go 70. And go back to 40. Checking to see if it's more of a glitch, not an actual problem. It's an actual thing. Meaning I can't slow it down to use just that one portion. I can freeze it, but then that gets rid of the point of having it. I know I've been able to start particles much further back though. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if it comes in at one point, if it will, if I have it at that and then I reload it, if it will work correctly. Nope. Because I only have couple seconds to work with this part, I believe. Okay, so I have about 6.5 to 7 seconds to play with, which drops this to about this. So it has to be the aftermath, not the lead up, which makes these potentially unusable. No. They're usable. It just would require me to do a lot more playful editing. I can make the shot as long as I want, render it, and then edit it. But that does make it annoying to plan. The end is I planned out enough, so I guess it's not that bad. So I would just pick a time in here. So if I were to say I needed, if it's 6.5 seconds, I probably want to work with probably around 8 to 9. I'm gonna say 9. Let's move that over here. Okay, so that could work. The smoke actually resets in the middle there. Whatever, that's a minor thing I can worry about later. Alright, so now I gotta see if I can light it in such a way to make it feel right. I'm not looking for... I'm gonna see... I want a feel of what it would look like, not what a picture would be. A lot of these pictures aren't representing, I think, what a human would see. This is closer to what I would be trying to go for. Some of these are really cool, seeing those like split nanosecond before. Kinda like this, but I'm looking for more of a glow. Okay. The problem I'm going to have, though, is that a lot of this would require to have it light up correctly, the use of volumetric lights. But volumetric lights have this nasty habit of destroying particles. I'm doing well. How are you? Yeah, see, a lot of these are gonna just destroy it. Even if I bring it in behind it. Like, that's not even that bright, but it's already, it'll hide it completely. I can try a different method. This method actually might work. Because technically, oh, actually this might work. I had an idea with it. So I was thinking about taking a picture of an explosion, putting it behind this, overlapping it on top of the moving smoke to make it at least give the appearance that there is moving parts to it. It's just then finding a nice picture to work in the background, which would I would need something that can be washed out very easily, kind of like this one. It doesn't even need to be high resolution. But it needs to be something that, like I said, washed out, which means that it needs to be fairly bright. A lot of these, the cloud is bright, but not the base, and that's what I'm kind of looking for. Though technically, I guess, the more realistic bit is to have it be the top being bright. So we can find something like that, I guess. Like this doesn't work because the cloud wouldn't be moving. The same thing here. That's the middle finger cloud. That's nice. That's not actually made a full particle effect. That's deep. Not an SFM though. You think that how much is out there? Like, see, that would actually work, but then they got a big thing over it. Because if it's red around it, I can shine a light at it and I can blow out that color. That's way too small. Is there just a still image of one of this? This could almost work. Doesn't need to be high resolution, at least not that I could think of. Oops. I think I might have to try that one and see how it goes. Oh, the rest is getting into weirdness. What did I call these? This orb something. Memory, that's what I called it. Memory orb, there we go. And this one was... Oh, I said honesty, so this would be laughter. Mesh outfit, don't care about saving that. And then this would be... Oh no, I already saved hers. No. Got too much crap in here. Okay. Oh, it's easier to bring that in. Was here. It's above me. Where is that model at? Nary. First thing is dust mots. Do I have GIMP alternate material files? The material files that I'm editing from SFM are edited. So I cut that. They're exported as a TGA, and then they're then I edit them in Photoshop or GIMP, whatever matters, and then you can export that or import them back into like VTF edit, which can then make them a VTF again. This may be a little hard to extend because it's a gradient. Maybe. Okay, that might work, but I'm gonna grab hue and saturation instead. So I'm gonna go and decrease its brightness, increase its saturation. I think that's what the problem was. Yeah, that will blend a bit better. You can kind of tell it's a little bit bumpy there, but I'm going to be playing with the lighting anyway. Get these nice and spread out because I don't want to have that color line that's showing there. Okay. in this time, I'm going to have this scale up a bit. Because then it will actually look like the sky is moving with it a little bit. Be able to quite do what I was hoping for here. The background's making that difficult, but I think even without that, even just this alone was making it look or start out pretty good. It was a good base to go from. It's definitely going to take some time to figure out how to light the this cloud correctly. I'm not sure how to do that yet, but I'll figure something out. So, but anyways, it's after 9 for right now, so I'm going to be calling it quits for tonight. Reminder that I'm not going to be streaming next week because I have a bunch of work stuff that has me working either stupidly long or just horribly unknown hours, so I'm not going to plan anything. So But I hope to after that week to start doing some short video that I can do in a week or two to get something out. So hopefully work on that later. So anyways, for now, happy weekend and happy next week. So let's see ya. So can't think of anything else. So alright. Thanks for coming by. Have a good weekend. And all that stuff. Have a cat. Cat's adorable. And yeah. Alright. Have a good weekend.